Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Galactic Thursday, where I will tune into the stars and see what the messages are from our galactic friends out in the cosmos. I'm Jeanette Byro. I'm a medium and a cosmic channeler. And thank you so much for joining me. So let's just see who's here. I'm just going to close my eyes for a moment and tune in and see. So just hold on. Okay, interesting. So this is coming from my Galactic Council, and I'm sure one of them will step forward. But the first thing they were wanting to show me is this unity above is also the unity being created below, right? So as above, so below. And this unity above is like the galactics coming together to help humanity ascend and grow, like we know and we've been talking about. And this unity below is like what I talked about yesterday, and how people are starting to like band together and connect together. And it's this building of this unity right now that is helping to raise the consciousness. And so they're saying, just know that as above, so below, like you are being supported from above. And they are wanting to bring that through from all of them. So I'm just going to go deeper here. Oh, interesting. Okay. This is coming from Shaham. He's an Arcturian guide of mine. And he's mentioning how it's important to really stay in control of your mind. Because he's saying his words are not to muddle, muddy, muddy, not to muddy the mind um, with what's all being said right now. So there's a lot of information, rhetoric. Um, there's just so much, right? Spinning in the mind, and the minds of many humans right now is spinning, understandably so. And he's saying, don't muddy the mind. If you keep if you keep your energy in that kind of pulled back position where you're observing everything, you will be able to find that calm within. And he's saying it's really important to be able to find that calm within so you can truly be aware of what's happening versus stuck in the mud of it, right? Not to muddy it, not to muddy the mind. He's saying your mind is going to be one of your greatest allies right now if you give it the space to breathe. The mind, he's showing me, needs space to like lay things out. It needs to be able to see a bunch of things. The mind doesn't work as well when it's just kind of like it's got blinders on and it's only focused on one tiny thing. The mind spins really fast. But when you give the mind space, it can move around and see what's going on. And that's what our minds need right now is space. So that's why he's saying it's really important to pull back so you can see everything that's happening in your life, individually, collectively, see what's happening. And from that point, you have the space to be able to choose what you want to do about it. Because if it's too tight, you don't have a lot of space. And many of us don't like to be too tight, right? We don't like to be constricted. When we're constricted, we want to fight, right? We want to fight out of it, right? Put somebody in a really tight box and they'll probably freak out because they want to get out of it, right? So the mind is like that and the mind needs the space. So that's why he's saying pull back so you can be in your right mind. You can be in a balanced energy to move through these transformations. So he's saying a big key is the mind. Master the mind. And he's saying, master the mind and the body will follow. And so I said to him in that moment, I'm like, but what about the body as a third entity? Because we know that the body has a consciousness of its own. He says, yes, absolutely. But if you master the mind, it calms the energetics in the body, and the body then has space also to assess where is the threat. Is there a threat or is there not a threat? It's the mind. So he's saying, master the mind and the body will follow. So again, if you really pay attention to that, you can calm the energetics in your body also. Okay. He's saying too that many of you are coming in to understanding your unbridled power. And your unbridled power coming from a place of confidence. And the confidence is not coming from ego, but rather authenticity. And that's because you're claiming you. You're claiming who you are. You're honoring who you are. You are being who you are from within. He says that's where this unbridled power is coming from. And he's saying you will start to notice this as you feel it bubbling from within. And it's different than the power we've felt from anger. And it's different the power we felt when we are feeling superior than. It's not a superiority thing and it's not an anger thing. It's a power from within connecting you to all things. And that comes from you being in your authenticity. And so many of you are going to start to feel this. And he's showing it to me almost um, like an old school furnace when you turn the furnace on and you can see it kind of lighting in the very middle of it. The light comes on or the heat element comes on, and then it slowly starts to spread as it heats up the whole thing, right? And he's showing it to me that way, that unbridled power within is lighting up in a lot of you, and it's going to start to feel like it comes up and then seeps out of you. And it's again this energetic connection to all things. It's a different type of power than we have tapped into for the most part. Again, general message, so you have to take what resonates. But this is a new energy system that many of you are going to be connecting into, and so it might also feel very different. So in combination with the energy of the full moon that we've had, which has been very revealing to many people, very fiery for some people, emotional, he's like, just be sure that you're not confusing the anger or emotion that's come up with the power. The power has a purity to it. It's just this pure source power. It's not connected to an anger or a sadness or anything. It is power in its purest essence. So he's like, recognize the difference so you know when you're drawing on that authentic power versus drawing on anger or emotion. It doesn't mean you can't draw on your anger or emotion for something. Sometimes the most amazing art pieces come when we let that anger out and we draw on that energy and we express it, right? But in this case, with this transformation that's happening, it's this unbridled new power coming up within each and every one of us. And that's when we are connected into all things, when we're being that conduit between the cosmos and the earth. So it's really interesting. He's like, you will understand when you feel it. Some of you might feel it and sustain it. Some of you might feel it just for these like bursts and moments, but it's something that comes from within. It's like a slow burn that comes out from within. It's not Kundalini rising. Because I asked him, I was like, is this like Kundalini rising? And he's like, no, it's different. It just comes from the center of your being, and like, it's almost like if it was heat in the center of your being and then it heats outward. Pure energetic power. Wow. That's really interesting. And you can only access and use that power when you're in your authentic alignment. So that's a really interesting thing, because you'll be able to tell those that maybe are feeling this, understanding this, but tapping into their power from a different source. You'll be able to feel it. So very interesting what's coming. Open up your hearts and your minds to this sort of new experience within this transformation, because this transformation and chaos energy is not for nothing. It is for transformation. So I will leave that with all of you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone.